Hello friends, 687 days of war. Have you ever wondered why we the people of our respective countries and the world have no say in the global affairs as well as in our country's affair? Our rulers take decision on our behalf without even telling us, and even after huge resistance from our side, like what is happening in Germany now. In the meantime, in southern Russian-Ukrainian war zone on Zaporizhia front, Orikhiv sector does not witness much changes. However, Russians are engaging in local battle in western Rabotino and have made some gains while Ukrainians are trying to regain lost position in West Verbov. They have made slight gains towards Novoprokopivka. As far as Remivka salient is concerned, no changes. And similar is the situation on Kherson front, where Krinky bridge is still held by the Ukrainians, and this condition continues for, or rather since a long time. In north, Ukrainian commander Umrov as well as Zaluzny visited Ukrainian front towards Kupiansk. Probably something big is expected either from Ukrainian side or rather Russian side. As far as the ground position is concerned, heavy fight continues in Sinkyuka. In last 2 days or so, Ukrainians have recaptured some of the lost land which was lying in grey zone in south of Sinkyuka. Towards Liman Kremina sector, Russian army advanced towards Rampolivka. Fight towards Torsky salient continues. In eastern Bakhmut front, Russian army has fully taken over Cemetery, which is south of Bagdonovka. Russian army also creepingly advancing towards west of Kromov. In southern flank, Ukrainians hold ground at Klishivka and Andrivka despite all Russian counterattacks. In Avdivka, heavy fight continues near Stepu and inside as well, where Russians have made some advance towards the center and also towards Avdivka coke plant. As far as entire northern flank of Avdivka is concerned, counter-fight continues. In southern flank, Avdivki quarry and private sector, by and large, no changes except that Russians made about 100 meters of gain towards Avdivki quarry. Towards Pirovomaisky, small gains for Russian army and who have made some footholds. Earlier information which was not reported says that in last 2 days, Ukrainians recaptured some of their lost position towards south of Novokalinovo and southwest of Sivirne. Towards Marinka Ugledar sector, Russian army is attacking Novomikhailivka flanks in an area of 4 km wide and 700 meters deep in Solenenkaya Gully region. This brings Kostyatynivka Novomikhailovka road under their fire range. Russian army made some marginal gains towards Sladkoe, about 250 meters, towards Pobeda and also towards west of Marinka, towards Georgievka. Russians are continuing their interdiction missions. They struck Ukrainian targets in Kharkiv, Mirnograd, Nikopol, Dnipropetrovsk, Kryvyi Rog, Kherson, Konstantinovka and also Sumy direction. This side probably to stop Ukrainian shelling Belgorod regions. Ukrainians are also shelling with artillery and drones towards Rostov, Tula, Kaluga, where they hit a building and destroyed part of it, Kursk and other regions. A brief on Palestine Israel conflict. In central front, in last 3 days, IDF has made some gains, and so on southern front towards Khan Yunis side, no changes towards north Lebanon border relatively calm compared to last 2 or 3 days. West Bank clashes continues between Israeli forces and the resistance forces from the Palestinian side. In Red Sea, Houthis struck American warship in response to US naval attack on 31st December. They used naval forces which included missiles, UAVs, and though this was a retaliation, but no damage was reported as US air defense aided by the British were able to destroy them. But the outcome is that Red Sea and Persian Gulf are not peaceful at all. It is to be noted that Chinese ships are in Gulf of Aden, escorting through Bab al-Mandeb Strait, and also they have positioned their warships in Horn of Africa. Iraqi government, which had announced on 5th January that a committee will be formed to close the international coalition mission led by the US. However, on 10 Jan, Politico published an article saying that there are negotiations to extend American presence in Iraq. Iraqi government can't please its own people, Palestinian resistance as well as American imperialism. Time has published an article saying that US has recognized revival of global anti-Americanism. Why? It blames Trump, Russians, Chinese, and of course support to Israel. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un has said that North Korea will not hesitate to completely turn South Korea into ashes if the latter continues provocations and tries to attack North Korea. How firmly is European Union with Ukraine when USA seems to have weakened itself economically and military aids are not pouring in? Well, that brings an end to my talk today, friends. See you tomorrow. Thanks.